Hello and welcome to our next episode of Ask Polaron, where we answer all your burning questions and dive deep to explore the best places to retire in Germany. In this episode, we are once again joined by Polaron's director and founder, Eva Hussain, alongside for the very first time, our EU citizenship specialist, Marina Gschwend. Thank you both for joining. Over to you, Eva.
Thank you, Angela, and hello, Marina. Thank you for spending your morning with us. And we're going to be talking about something that I never intend to do, ever. I intend to work till I'm 127, but not everybody does. So we're going to be talking about retirement. And it's an interesting topic because a lot of our clients or prospective clients are maybe, early 50s, and they might potentially think of setting up in Germany when they're a bit older. So welcome firstly, Marina.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And why would people want to retire in Germany? What are some of the benefits? What are some of the high points?
Well, it's Germany is a great place. First of all, I mean, I have to say that I am German.
Yeah.
But there are lots of different places you can retire. They actually did recently a study on what the most popular places are to retire, which the winner was Freiburg in Baden-Württemberg, which is a lovely city, not too big population, I think 230,000. They nicknamed it the Florida of Germany because it's the sunniest and warmest city in Germany. So no surprise that it did win. It has a high standard of living, and there are plenty of varieties on activities. It's close to the Black Forest, so a lot of nature, close to wine growing region. The healthcare system is great, so there are a lot of GPs, which is obviously important, later down in life when you get older. Also, Heidelberg is very popular for its historical buildings, lots of art. If you are more into the city lifestyle, Potsdam near Berlin is also very popular. It's famous for its palaces and lakes and museums, lots to discover. Also Hamburg in the north, if you would like to live close to the ocean, you enjoy the sea lifestyle, then Hamburg is definitely a place to consider. Also plenty of history, which all Germany really has. It's there's a lot to do. So there's really something for everybody.
And when you talk about something for everybody, let's talk about Bavaria, because that's where you come from originally.
Yes.
And your town is Oberstaufen.
Oberstaufen, correct. Yep. Oberstaufen, yep.
Help us pronounce it. So it's Oberstaufen, is that right?
Yep, correct.
Sorry,
yep.
I butchered it, but more or less. Why is it appealing to Germans to retire there? What's going on?
So it's a beautiful little town in Bavaria in the south. So it's only 5 minutes from Austria, so really down the bottom. Only 7,000 people live there. So a fairly tiny town. It's in the Alps and mountains, just like absolutely beautiful. If you see pictures online about places, it looks exactly like them. It's close to a gorgeous Lake of Constance. In summer, it can be up to 30 degrees, and in winter it snows. So you have a bit of both. So you have a white Christmas most of the time. There's plenty to do. Again, endless walking tracks, hiking for any kind of ability. If you like to stay fit, golfing really big. If you're into golf, tennis, and then obviously in winter skiing, plenty to do. Little cafes, little restaurants. They do workshops, how to make cheese and pottery. So there's plenty to do. And it's also a holiday destination for retired people as well. So they really embrace activities for people over 60. My mum is in her 70s, so she's always happy hiking and catching up with friends for coffee. She is busy every day, so she's enjoying retirement to the fullest, really. So yeah, it's a great place if you want to settle somewhere.
It sounds very enticing, and it sounds like you're one of the greatest ambassadors of the Bavarian region. We won't mention your mum's name, age again, but I did want to ask, what is the retirement age in Germany?
So it's currently 67. So you can retire a little bit earlier, but then obviously you will have a lower pension. So it's what you do is sort of you pay into a pension fund throughout your working life.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about 18% at the moment of your wages before tax. So you pay 9% and your employer pays 9%.
Okay.
And then, if you reach your retirement age of 67, then you get a monthly, so to speak, pension wage payment. Yeah.
And how does that, and you might not know this, Marina, but how does that relate to cost of living? Is it like a comfortable pension? It obviously depends on how much you're making throughout your life.
Obviously, if you earn more, your pension is higher. It depends, obviously, on your life standards as well. But I think you can live off it very comfortably. There's also options like my mum did it for a few years till she completely retired. She worked part-time just because she enjoyed it. So that's also an option. They call it the 450 euro wage. So you don't have to, nothing will be taken out of your pension or any deductions. You can earn that with no problem. So just, if you still would like to work, that is an option. But you should be able to live comfortably off the pension in Germany.
Very interesting. And in terms of gender pay gap, I know you did say, don't ask me any questions we haven't covered, but I'm very interested, Marina, because what happens, of course, if you are a woman and spend a few years, bringing up kids, there's a gap in that time where your pension doesn't get accumulated. How is that handled by German women, essentially?
I'm not entirely sure on that, but I do think there is still some amount will be paid into your pension, because obviously it's not that you just stop working.
Yeah,
it's the same when you would be on, like we say, Centrelink here. If you're unemployed, there's also still a certain amount paid into the pension.
Right, and we can cover maternity leave, parental leave, and all of that at our next session. I won't put you on the spot, but it's a very interesting topic just to compare what happens, because I think the German societal structure is a bit more egalitarian than in Australia, let's say. And certainly then in America, because you do get benefits.
Much more benefits. Much more secure as well. Which unfortunately we don't always have here in Australia. You're correct.
We're working on it, right? But that's an excellent topic, and I'll put it up as a potential discussion point for our next session.
Yes, definitely.
But it sounds to me from what you described that a lot of Germans, when they retire at the age of 67, let's say, they do spend a lot of time traveling. Where in Europe do they go? Is that something that German people do? Do you find, as far as you know, and we can pick on your mum again if you want?
No, absolutely. So, I mean, the great thing about Europe is that everything is so close. I mean, we probably know that living in Australia, where everything is so far away.
Yeah.
And, you sit hours in a plane and you're just in the next state. So that is obviously perfect. Europe is easy to travel. So that's also something. Public transport is great in Germany, but also everywhere in Europe, really.
Yeah.
Train, buses, you get anywhere without a car. Not just in the cities, also rural places. Italy is very, very popular, being so close. Like, I remember we drove to Italy in 3 hours.
Yeah.
So very close. Obviously, nice climate, great food, gelato. So that's high up the list. Also Spain, warm all year round. So if you want to escape there, a bit chilly German winter, that's definitely a place to go. And then close by, Austria, Switzerland, especially Switzerland is beautiful in winter. France also very high on the list.
Marina, is that your mum?
Yes, that's my mum.
Hello, Mum. Hello.
Yes,
We won't mention your age again. But what's
no,
your mum's name?
she's a happy 70-year-old. She's
70-year-old.
yeah, she's very happy to talk about her age. So she's in the waterfall there, pretty close where we live, on a hike.
Marina, she looks extremely happy. Do say hello to your mum and thank her for let us share her photos and her journey. I think we've covered a lot of points, and I think again you're a great ambassador for Germany and a great ambassador for the region, and you make it sound really exciting. So if anybody wants to pursue the German citizenship, Marina's the person to speak with, or anybody else from our team. We'll put our contact details on the post. And we've already come up with lots of other topics for months to come, right, Marina?
Yeah. There's so much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
All day long.
Amazing. But thank you for sharing your hands-on knowledge of the country and the culture and the pension system and all of that. That's very interesting. And we'll try and put some more information below this post when we're done. Marina, thank you so much for your time today. I'll let you get on with your day. And we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.